What is up, everyone? Welcome back. We are here to do an update on GoPro. We hit our targets and some as expected, and we're going to find out what happens next with GoPro. So let's get into the chart and review what happened. And always remember, none of this is financial advice. So here we are, everyone, on the GoPro chart, and I am in the replay mode. You could see this, and let me get rid of this. I did my first stock analysis on this on March 20th, 19th. Guys, if you don't believe me, go to my channel. You could see I have this GoPro stock analysis, quick rebound setup 3 weeks ago. And that's exactly what we're looking at now. And in that video, real briefly, I described that I like the high probability of this gap getting closed at $1. We had a bullish divergence we have a bullish divergence forming in the daily and the weekly. We're in the current demand zone, and I was expecting a little bit of a market rally, which we got. And I think the minimum price at that time we could have hit was this golden pocket imbalance and this gap close. Everything the chart was telling us said was in favor for that. And let's hit play and see what happened. And there it is, guys. The gap close. I'll delete this. We had our gap close and our golden pocket imbalance retest, and that was it. Let me exit out of this replay. So in 3 short weeks, if you're experienced trader, you have to be patient in the market, guys, and patience prints. And in just short 3 weeks, if you got, say, in the middle of this, you made at least a 52% profit, guys. So congratulations if you were keen on this play and you did your chart analysis as well. But let's walk through it. So as this was happening, guys, as I started to see some momentum build, I added just a couple of levels to watch out for. And you could see this magenta line here, red, whatever you call it, I indicated as the squeeze price. So you could see in prior moves, we retested this price, and same thing here. We retested it. You could see this wick closed right above it, very significant. It's got support from the EMA lines, and then that was off to the races. And similar thing happened here. We kind of retested. In the 4-hour chart, it's even more visible. Obviously, there's more data. Retest. The EMA lines caught up, and that was the end of the move, right to the gap close. But what's interesting, this happened yesterday. This is yesterday's candle on Monday. You could see that we did not close this gap on the end of the day here, guys. And what did I say in my other video, my initial video? We have this volume break price here. If we have some volume, we could break that price. And the thing about experienced trading, guys, is that you have to be able to manipulate and alter your strategy on the fly, especially with these, let's call it a lower cap stock, $148 million. It's not super weak, but not super strong as well, guys. But the point is the move will be faster than like a stock like Microsoft. Microsoft, you can watch it a little more. These moves, you could see happen in a couple days. You have these huge spikes 2-3 days and they come right back down. So volume is a key player in that, and you have to be able to adjust your strategy based on volume and other indicators. So I noticed that we had some volume coming in, 23 million, which is great, guys, because the average trading volume is only 6 million, so 4 times that amount. And we did not close this gap. My initial strategy was to just play this rebound play at this gap at $1. And so I know this volume was coming in. I have this volume break price, so I was waiting for this gap, and let's see what happened after hours, guys. Remember, the gap's at $1, so I'll draw that here. So after hours, we closed this gap, and then we had some more volume coming in. So for what I did, I only sold some of my positions at the dollar because I knew we had that volume, and I also noticed after hours we had a gap, very small gap here, hard to notice if you don't zoom in, at $1.41, guys. So that's when I took the rest of my positions and sold it. Remember, not financial advice, because the history of GoPro, if you look in the past, once it closes these gaps, it might squeeze a little higher, and you can see better in the daily chart here. Once it closes these gaps, what usually happens? A huge sell-off, guys, huge sell-off. And you could say, but you had volume. How come, you weren't chancing it? Because I understand that we had volume to get to that gap, but you need much more significant volume to break it. So you could see here, $252 million volume. If we had that kind of volume, it would have been a different story, guys. But my point is, I adjusted my strategy to maximize my profits. Even though I stuck to my original strategy in the beginning and took some of my profits a dollar, I knew volume was here, and I knew we had another price goal at $1.44, and I took the rest of my position there. And it's no coincidence, guys, that in the after hours, this is 1600 yesterday, so the market closed right. The candle closed. It just wicked up to close the gap, and it closed right under that. And that was my telling that this move is likely over for me, because in the past you could see, in my opinion, for us to have higher price targets, you need support on this line, and now we are trading well below that line. And you can see GoPro is already trading at 89 cents from $1.44 was its max, already sunk 38 more percent. And that's just reality of trading with some of these smaller cap stocks, guys. Just have your price goals, have your strategy, and stick to it. If GoPro finds support and squeezes, there's more price targets to the upside here. You got another gap here, higher price targets here. If that happens, guys, and I miss out, it is what it is. I stuck to my strategy, and I'm happy with that. So you have to have that mental discipline as well. But more so, the point is, once you get more experience trading and you understand like market structure, especially related to different cap stocks and history of the chart, purpose of the moves, you'll be able to maximize your profits, even though you had an initial strategy, guys. So just be always ready to adjust your strategy. You could see I have my alerts on each of these lines here, just in case I'm not paying attention, guys. And but I was watching this yesterday because I knew this move could have been done in one day, and that's exactly what happened. But now, what happens from here, guys? In my honest opinion, I think the entire purpose of this move was to close this gap. That's what it looks like to me. We already had a retest on this volume break. We have the red volume now coming down. We could find support on this daily 50 moving average. We could come down and find support on this squeeze price. It's something like this. Comes have support, but I'm out of this play for now. If you want to see the prices to the upside, watch my original video. I'll have it pinned in the description, guys, if you want to see it, or go to my channel. You know what it is. And, always keep this current demand zone in mind and this extreme bottom, guys. And keep an eye on the RSI when it gets there. You could see this is a price break, very strong price break to break without volume. We got rejected multiple times here. Last time we got rejected. We have the Ichimoku cloud resistance and the 200 daily moving average. Just check the weekly. The 50-day weekly is also here, guys. So it looks like we're getting imposed on by these EMA lines and some other structure in the chart. But for me, this move is over. Congrats again to whoever was in it and was keen to it. And let's keep trading, guys, and have a good rest of the week. All right, enjoy the rally for now, guys. And I'll do a market update soon. And because we're having multiple gap ups on the market now. It's nice to see the prices green, but the gap ups are bearish. They leave footprints for the downside. So keep that in mind, guys. All right, stay sharp.